I was texting with legal dad and barrister last night as I read an article and I watched a couple of interview clips with an attorney. I think his name's Tim Palatori. He had been one of Trump's lawyers. I don't know if he still is, but he's currently one of Pete Hegseth's attorneys. And he was relative to the woman who accused him of sexual assault in Monterey, California. I think it was in 2017. This attorney was on some cable news show and he was being interviewed, and he was saying all kinds of really inflammatory things about this woman who accused Pete Hegseth of sexual assault. And I texted that article to legal dad and barrister, and I'm like, what constitutes like breach of a non-disclosure agreement? Because that woman signed a non-disclosure agreement, meaning that she can't talk about any of those events publicly. And she did that in exchange for some financial settlement from Pete Hegseth. He paid her off and got her to sign an NDA. But now his attorney is out there saying all kinds of horrific things about her and about these circumstances and her accusations and what did or did not happen that night and her behavior that night. And he said that she's no longer bound by the non-disclosure agreement. I don't know if that's true or not. NDAs are contracts, and you can put whatever you want to in a contract within certain limitations, but you can craft those agreements to read however you want them to read. And if both parties agree, then both parties are bound by the terms that are in that agreement. We don't have a copy of that agreement yet. And I haven't done the research on it yet just because I'm still sick. But it's like, at what point does the behavior of the parties seeking to enforce the non-disclosure agreement violate the terms of that agreement so much that the person who is bound by the non-disclosure agreement is no longer bound by the terms of that agreement? And again, we don't know. We don't have the agreement, but he's been all over cable news just saying horrific things about this woman, about the woman who is accusing Pete Hegseth of sexual assault. And I gotta think at some point she's not going to be bound by that. But, I'll dig into that a little bit today and see what I can find out. But, it's all about equity. And Pete Hegseth's attorney is not behaving very equitably towards her. So we'll see.